on the upswing. Yes, let's turn off the music since I don't have the copyright to the music. Don't want YouTube to snatch down another spiritual-ologist lesson. So, this is Reverend Richard W. Arthur Jr., or I can even adorn, just like Martin Luther King, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So I'm the Reverend Dr. Richard Wilton Arthur Jr. On this October 1st, 5 minutes of 6, 2021, just back from Sly's Barbershop on Western Ave, corner of Western and Putnam, down near the other property. That's a whole nother issue. We'll get into at another point in time. But as you see, I'm wearing my Art Institute of Boston t-shirt. And I was telling Sly, yeah, you're a black man. He has that serious, hardcore Jamaican accent. I love Sly. So this black man, this melanin dominant God, is cutting all these young men's heads, hairlines, and trimming them up and making, the first brother looked like Chris Rock getting out the chair, and then the other brother with the big afro top, and Sly just was the artist. Told the young boy, yes, your canvas. You are my canvas. And I as Reverend Richard, you are my canvas. As I was saying in the barbershop, I was like, damn, I had to prepare my psyche to get ready to go to Sly's. It's like, okay, I'm biological, living light, a child of the sun, melanin man, brother R.A. who has a lot to say each and every day. And it's like, oh, this is an audience. This is what's going through my head as you can see the art of Sly on Melanin Man's head. And Melanin Man is a student of Roxbury Tai Chi Academy Master Heege Robinson. And as one who has been gathering data, as I made reference to the Matrix in prior shows, if you're not one of us, you're one of them. And I, as Melanin Man, that's the first thing. I'm sitting in the chair, Sly come up, and I'm like, yo, how much is this gonna hurt me? To take care of the hair and the face. He's like, oh, 25, man, 25. I'm like, okay. Then he asks for a tip at the end on the computer on what I'm recording on, and I'm so poor I can't pay attention for now. Still trying to evict that third floor tenant. Mommy transitioned in June, and wait a minute, July, August, September, October 1st is today. That's 4 months. I ain't get my $3,000 for that 2-bedroom. I really resent having to speak in the terms of my melanin recessive inbred mutant albino with a calcified pineal gland value structure. I is divine energy. So the questions I pose to myself getting ready to go to Slides is, We are our own worst enemy. We doubt our divinity. Actually, what did I have here? We are our own worst enemies. I'm glad I picked this up, because this is exactly where I wish to go at 5 minutes in. That 5, how's that drawing that right angle over a half a circle? 5:30 into this. So, we are our own worst enemy. We don't honor our own DNA. Black men, fathers of nature, how do I explain this? How do I share this sense of spirituality that we possess? We who are in and of nature with liquid moisture in our first eye vision. Oh, you mean the third eye? No, I don't mean the fucking third eye. I mean the first eye, which becomes the third eye, because how is the 3 drawn? The breast, the butt. Oh, vertically, it's half a DNA. And we as black men with that cylinder or that phallic, we don't revere who we are as the C men. And we don't revere the black women the way she needs to be revered. It's 7 minutes in. 7, how is that drawn? Oh, that's the right angle at the top of the stem. Brother R.A., Reverend Richard W. Arthur Jr., Brother Ra. The rising of the sun, Amun Ra. I'm a child of the sun. Biological living light in the intellectual mecca of the world, where all around me, there was a council on responsible genetics, used to be, but they took that sign off the door. But in the neighborhood of Novartis, Amgen, Biogen, Genzyme, all these biogenetic companies, and that's white man medicine of a calcified pineal gland, not acknowledging the spirituality. We've been called niggas, ignorant, dumb fucks. But as the spiritual-ologist, 8 minutes in, 8:30, 8, that's the symbol for DNA. I mean, you look at the top of the Novartis building on Main Street in Cambridge. You see the symbol of DNA in your emojis. Are you connecting your left and right, your substantial, your insubstantial, with a twist? Are you connecting on the denotative, the connotative, the absolute abstract? Are you connecting on the definition level, the experience level, the tradition? You connecting the definition to the intent or the connotation? What is your intent? My intent as biological living light, a child of the sun, nothing's more valuable than my health. What I eat, what I ingest through my 45 feet of intestinal tract, so I can have the nutrients in my medulla oblongata, the back of my head. Oh, that's the nerve center inside the 2 cerebellums. Do we acknowledge 9 minutes in, getting ready to go into 10 minutes in. What is that 9? The full sphere at the top of the stem. The 10, I am that one that understands the 0. The no beginning and no end line. Does your shadow have depth? Do you allow yourself to see into the depths of your divinity and tap into your infinity? And I expect the calcified pineal gland to teach me such? Having to get to Sly's Barbershop, have to walk past W.E.B. Du Bois' house when he attended Harvard. All this Harvard nonsense. What about our level of artistry? I'm in Cambridge. I'm including Boston, bringing all of the energies into my divinity. Do you have that imaginative mind at 11 minutes in to understand the substantial and the insubstantial? How is that two drawn? Half a heart on a straight line. The substantial side of you and the insubstantial side that's not seen. What does the Bible teach? Walk by faith, not by sight. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. I pushed the young man, Chavez. We were doing push hands, and you just stand still, and you stand in your stance, and you issue the energy as soon as you feel the flesh touch the skin. And you don't let your mind go. You don't stop your thought. You push him, and I pushed, and he went. And I'm like, how do I stop him? And I guess when I called out his name, that broke the issue of chi. Do I have this ability within me as divinity to see, wait a minute, I am biological living light. Growing up with Power Man, comic book character, he wore his chain around his waist. Is my link in my chain still in my waist, near my navel where I connected to my mother? Am I getting too spiritually deep? Are we afraid of our own spirituality? Oh no, he's talking so much shit. Well, as a Taoist, you have to deal with the shit too. Why separate myself from my environment 13 minutes in? Why not allow myself to be light as a feather in my life, in the art of my life, in understanding my divinity, from whence I came, my mother, and revere that, wait a minute, I talked about the 1 and the 2, that 3, half of DNA, the upper sphere, the lower sphere, the butt, the breast, the woman. Was that deliberately drawn that way? Just before the 4, 14 minutes in, what is the 4? 4 90-degree right angles, understanding your spirituality, intellect, emotion, and physicality. Are we in there with ourselves to see us? I am a man of courage. I support the woman. I revere myself. I revere my DNA. I understand as a reverend, the end is the middle of the next cycle. Thank you for watching Reverend Richard W. Arthur Jr., doctor in medicine, Tai Chi, helping the psyche. Talk to you later. Bye.